Hi guys, my name is Trinity and I'm here to talk to you guys about books, and if you found me, then you're here to talk about books as well. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about authors I plan to give a second chance. Some of these are going to be a little odd because of how I'm going to present them, but these are authors that I feel like I should like. And then I read something of theirs and I really just didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, didn't have the connection to it that I thought I was going to. And so I've decided I'm going to give them a second chance. Now, one of these books you guys have already seen from me because I'm going to be rating the top 5 in my TBR and the bottom 5 in my TBR. And so this book has already come up in one of my videos, and that is After Alice by Gregory Maguire. I talked in that video about how much I didn't like Wicked. It was slow, it was boring, I didn't connect with the writing, there was just so much stuff that I didn't like about it. Now, this book is a lot smaller, and it's really actually one of the lowest rated books on my TBR. And I want to give this a go, mainly because it's Alice in Wonderland, and I really do like Alice in Wonderland, whereas Wizard of Oz, okay. But I think that this is so low rated on Goodreads because it's like unlike what Gregory Maguire usually writes, and that could be good for me. So I want to go ahead and give this a go. Obviously, I am planning on reading it because I put it in my December TBR with my top 5, bottom 5. And if you guys want to see what's under the cover here, you guys can go check out that video. Now, the next one on my list is kind of a second chance. I really grew up reading the Morganville Vampire series, and I really loved them. And then I read Ink and Bone, and I liked it. But I didn't like it enough to continue on with the series. There was just so many other series and books that I plan to read next year that I had to just be like, I'm not going to get around to reading the rest of these. But I have also had her Weather Warden series on my list of to be read series for a really long time, and I own, I think, all of these. I bought the whole series because I really love the Morganville Vampire series, but I read those when I was really young, and these sound really good. There's not a whole lot that I know about them other than there's magic and the weather wardens, they can control the weather. And so I'm hoping that these are going to be good. I've heard good things about them. They are compared to Jim Butcher, and then Jim Butcher is actually, he gave it a shout out. So I really just want to read these. They sound good. Okay, next on my list might be a little surprising if you watched my previous videos, because I don't know that I was actually planning on reading another book by Gillian Flynn after Sharp Objects. I was really unimpressed with the way things went down, and I really was unimpressed with the amount of shock value in the novel. I don't know, I just didn't connect with it. But I forgot that I had Gone Girl on my shelves, and I was like, okay, this is actually her most popular, so maybe I could give this a shot and see if I can connect with this one a little bit better. I know her writing's dark, that doesn't bother me. However, Sharp Objects, whew, that was a book. I ended up giving Sharp Objects 3 stars because it was predictable, but I'm hoping that this, since it's her most popular will be a little less predictable. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let me explain my reading taste to you just a tad bit before I get into this next one. I have told you guys about my ADHD, my dyslexia, and how that can affect my reading, how sometimes when I have multiple perspectives, something happens in my brain where like they get flip-flopped. Or if the pacing is slow, my brain is just like, nah, we're done. And so I read Good Omens. I hated it. I could not get into the writing style. However, I have heard Neil Gaiman is a fantastic author. Terry Pratchett, fantastic author. So I kind of want to give both of them another go. I don't have a Terry Pratchett book on me. Like I don't have one on my shelves. But I do have a Gaiman, and that would be American Gods. Now, I have a feeling this one's not going to be up my alley. I'm going to go into it with high hopes. I did read a Gaiman for Norse November. I don't always count that in my this is Gaiman, his style and everything, because it was just a retelling of tales that we already knew. But I do want to give this one a go. If I don't like it, I will give Gaiman another shot and I will read Stardust. But because I think I might like this one, I'm gonna give this one a go. We're gonna see how it works out. Gaiman just might not be for me, and that's okay, guys. We're all not gonna like the same things. I have mad respect for Gaiman, just like I have mad respect for King. I don't have to like their books though, but we'll see. Okay, the next one on my list is kind of a second chance for this series. Oh my goodness. I love The Warded Man, The Painted Man by Peter V. Brett. I happen to think it's one of the best books that I've ever read. However, I read the second novel in that series, The Desert Spear, and I hated it. The pacing was awful. The repetition was awful. So many things were just so poorly done, and I couldn't stand it. And so I was on Twitter, and I was like, hey guys, have you ever DNF'd a book in a series and then just continued on with the series like nothing happened? And quite a few people said yes. And I was like, I might go ahead and do that because I love the premise of this whole series. And so I was like, I need to know what happens. But I know what happens at the end of that book. I spoiled myself because I wanted to know if reading it was worth it. Am I sad? Yes, I'm sad. But I want to go ahead and move on to book number 3, The Daylight War. One, the book is so pretty. We all know I'm a big sucker for pretty covers. But I really want to see where this series goes. I really want to see if book 3 can redeem the series for me because I own the whole thing. It's right there. I own the whole thing. Like, I bought it based off of my love of The Warded Man. And I just want to know that this series stays decent, I guess. Am I hoping that this is going to be a 5-star? No. But I really want to go ahead and see where this series goes. Okay, I talked about Gaiman. Let me go ahead and talk about King. The amount of times that I have tried Stephen King over the years, I don't even know if I could count them, because my mom is like Stephen King's biggest fan. She reads everything he puts out and she wants to gush about it, and I'm like, I don't like it. I've talked about, my issues, the rambling. I can't handle it. My ADHD just says, well, we're going to ramble. Okay, my brain's going to go off on a tangent too. So I'm going to try The Gunslinger because it's different. And I've been told I will probably like this series because I really like fantasy. I know this is a different type of fantasy. I know this is different for King. But I feel like if I'm going to like King, it's probably going to be this. If I don't like this, will I give up on King? I don't know. I don't know. I want to like King. I really do, because everybody does. And so I'm just like, I want to share in all of your joy, and I want to participate in all of the King love. But I just can't handle his writing. It sucks for me, not his writing, because I can recognize a talent. I have no problem with that. But we'll see. Okay, and for the final book in this video, this is going to be the only book in this video that I have DNF'd and I'm going to give a second shot. And it is The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. I read this at a time when I was reading a lot of really slow-paced novels, and they're not my jam. I have a really hard time with slow-paced novels, but I was enjoying the writing in this. I was enjoying the story. So I want to go ahead and give this book another go, even though I've DNF'd it in the past. I want to see if it was because of the time I chose to read it, and I was reading a lot of slow-paced novels. This just fell into that. And then I want to see if this just fell into that. I've read too many slow-paced novels and I can't handle another. Okay, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you find some books that you might want to pick up? Did I change your mind about some books? Can you talk me out of this horrible idea? Or can you talk me into these books? Can you talk me into actually following through with this idea? Because I really want to. Have a good day, guys. Bye.